All right, Scot Pekarek, Tumor Tales, boom! Quick PSA this morning. This has been on my mind nonstop for several weeks, but it's been quickly or gradually consuming me. It's has to do with the drought that we're experiencing here in flyover country. As you can see, I am in the lab today, and I talked about this on my real estate channel and podcast yesterday, but this drought is serious. We've got, I don't know, I think we're something like sorry, I'm trying to mess around with the chat. I don't know why it's not working. I apologize. The live stream here, I'm going to have to dedicate some time to actually thinking about this. Anyway, the drought is real and it's no joke. And we're seeing, I heard a statistic that less than 3% of all crops are irrigated. So here in the Midwest, it's the breadbasket of America. And we have a serious issue where we have such a rainfall deficit that the crops that are going to be harvested in the late summer, early fall are irreparably damaged at this point. Yields will be lower. I grew up on a farm, so I know a little bit about agriculture. I don't pretend to be an expert on that. We had cattle and we had crops. But I remember 1988, and that was a disaster year, an absolute disaster. We watched all the crop yields just go to like almost zero, unless they were like low-lying areas. I remember we were cutting grass or hay in these swamps that you could never have access in a normal year or even a somewhat drier year. And we were in there with our machinery cutting grass for hay for our cattle. So here's the fear, or not the fear, here's what's going to happen. So today I saw one of the major news outlets finally reporting on it. The local people are talking about a little bit, but they're not talking about the repercussions. And one of the national news outlets was talking about the price of wheat. So the spring wheat crop has also been severely damaged by the drought. And they're talking about the price of wheat going up and the price of pizza going up as a result of that. So I'm not trying to be doom and gloom. You know, that's not my shtick. I am just saying be aware of it. If you need, start thinking about or preparing for some inflation. You know, prices are already up across the board on all kinds of things. I don't know, have you filled your gas tank up? I think the price of a barrel of oil has gone up, you know, it has doubled since November, since the election, and it's teetering around $75 a barrel. You're seeing gas prices, you know, here in flyover country at $3 a gallon. For the cheap stuff, you want the premium, it's $3.50. I'm sure if you're on the coasts, California, what are you, probably $4 or $5 already? That has a big impact if you're on a fixed income, or, you know, and you add that to higher food costs, which I believe are inevitable. You're going to see massive inflation on food because of this drought. And it's a little frustrating. No one's talking about it. This is a real crisis. You know, people who are on fixed incomes, poor people, are going to really get hit by this. All right. The fat cats out there, not so much. But be aware of it. Start thinking about, you know, start thinking about it and things you can do. You know, it's, you know, where I live, you know, we have had a no sprinkling ban because the water tower has dropped to within 1 foot of the critical level. And, you know, of course, over half of the neighborhood still violating the ban because it's more important to have green grass than drinking water and be able to flush your toilet, apparently. So anyway, that's what I'm going to say on that for now. More on that, but someone needs to start talking about this. It's a big deal. And what can you do about it? Well, there's not a whole lot you can do about it, right? You cannot make it rain, you know, unless you're the guy with the, you know, $100 bills, you know, on the video, on the music videos. So that, and then I want to talk a little bit about Boswellia. So Boswellia. It's I hope I'm saying it right. No one ever tells me how to pronounce these words. I just look at them, and that's how it's like my last name's Pekarek, but a lot of people say Pekarek because that's what it looks like, and it scarred me for life, being called Pekarek or Pecker as a nickname. Actually, I kind of like that. Worked well with the ladies out there. Just kidding. All right, so what is Boswellia? Boswellia, or Indian frankincense. We all know that word, you Christian folk. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Boswellia, or Indian frankincense, is a resin herbal extract from the Boswellia tree, and I am reading this off Medical News Today. This is my source. The Boswellia tree, which natural medicine practices have used for centuries. Its anti-inflammatory effects. Anti-inflammatory, good for us cancer people. It means it may help with inflammatory conditions such as rheumatoid arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease, bowel disease, and asthma. So, what it really is, it's an anti-inflammatory supplement. There's what are the benefits? Treat various chronic. Yeah, we talked about that. Has active ingredients. Boswellic acid appear to have good anti-inflammatory. Okay, we're kind of being redundant. They talked about rheumatoid arthritis and cancer therapy. A 2016 review paper reports that boswellic acids may have anti-tumor properties. Remember, channels tumor tails, anti-tumor, and be toxic to cancerous cells. The authors conclude that this could make them helpful in future cancer treatments, though clinical trials are necessary to confirm this. And there'll never be a clinical trial because there's no money when you can buy this for like $10, right? And get, 120 capsules. While, let's see, a recent study in the journal Oncotarget also found that the essential oil from Boswellia impaired aggressive skin cancer cells without harming healthy skin types. However, the researchers used cells and animal models. While these early results seem promising, more research in humans needs to expand on these initial findings to determine how Boswellia may help with cancer therapy. It's good for asthma. Boswellic acid suppresses inflammation in the airways and inhibits the secretion of cytokines, which are markers that lead to inflammation. And this is, again, not a doctor here, but cytokines, you hear a lot about that with regards to COVID, the cytokine storm. Could it help there? I don't know, but it seems like a really good one to look at, if you are afraid of getting COVID and reacting to it. So I don't know, maybe. It sure seems like something, if I were a scientist, which I don't claim to be, even though I'm in the lab, I would look into this. Maybe helpful in a tool in medical efforts to treat Parkinson's disease. This is from a 2019 study. I don't know the source, but I can find it. Had an antioxidant effect, which appears to protect neurons in the brain and improve motor function in a rat model of Parkinson's disease. That's kind of cool. So yeah, side effects. It's a natural extract, can have side effects, may cause digestive side effects such as nausea, acid reflux, and diarrhea. Some people may experience skin rashes when using Boswellia, especially if they apply directly to the skin. They do say be careful when you're taking it with similar drugs such as NSAIDs, what is that? Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, I believe is what the acronym means. It is important to talk to a doctor for taking Boswellia alongside other medications such as, and this is important, aspirin, naproxen, I've never taken that one, or ibuprofen. I do know how to say that word. May also interfere with the action of certain drugs, including some anticoagulant medications, antiplatelet drugs. Anyone taking these drugs should talk to a doctor. So I don't know. I take it almost daily, not every day. Most days I take it, and I'm going to keep taking it now that I know even more about the drug or the supplement. It's not really a drug. So with that, this is meant to be a very quick message today. And of course, I tend to gas bag. So appreciate everyone who's tuning in. I don't know how to get the chat to work. It's supposed to work. It's not working. It's a conspiracy. It's YouTube's attempt to, I got it. YouTube's attempt to censor me. I will not be silenced. And okay, Carl, good to see you. Wet spring in central New York. Yeah, we are not. It is dry here. Okay, let's look to the primary water guy. The guy ripping it has dug over 7,000 wells. I'm hoping you're tuned into. I will look into that. Primary water. Thank you, MR. I don't know your real name, but Carl, I do know your name. And yeah, I agree. Stock up on food. It's crazy. We went from importing oil to, I agree, when importing oil, or we went to exporting oil and being energy independent, and now we're not. Like, how does that happen in 6 months? And the other thing is where do I go with this one? I'll let that one go. But yeah, I mean, gas, if you're paying $3.99 at Costco, what part of the country is that? That's a lot for Costco, because Costco is, generally got the lowest gas prices. Yeah, it's strange times we live in right now. Yeah, definitely hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, as my kids always tell me to say. And gosh, there was something else I wanted to add here. It's escaping me, but it will be the topic of the next video. I got to run. I've got to get to work and probably shower and do all kinds of other things. I just went for a run, and I'm using the term run generously. I put on this 25-pound weight vest, and it was more of a walk than a run. It was a run in the sense that turtles run. So if you believe that. But anyway, I do got to go. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. We'll see you soon. Boom.